This video covers the best time to visit, how to get there, where to stay, top 10 attractions, and pro tips. Destin is often called one of the best beach destinations in Florida, but once you get there, you quickly realize not every experience feels the same. Some places here are absolutely worth your time, while others can feel a bit overrated if you don't plan it right. So in this video, we're breaking down the top 10 things to do in Destin, the spots that actually make your trip more memorable, more enjoyable, and honestly worth it. Let's get into it. If you want the best mix of weather and fewer crowds, April to early June and September to October are ideal. Warm water, less humidity, and better prices. Destin is very spread out along the coast, so having a car will make your trip much easier, especially if you plan to visit multiple beaches or nearby spots. If you want convenience and nightlife, stay near Destin Harbor or Miramar Beach, but if you prefer quieter surroundings, look toward Okaloosa Island. If you want a beach that feels clean, organized, and less crowded than the main tourist areas, Henderson Beach State Park is one of the best places to start. What makes it different is how well-maintained it is. You'll find soft white sand, clear emerald water, and a more natural setting with dunes and walking paths that separate it from the busy commercial beach zones. It's especially great for families or anyone who wants a more relaxed beach experience without dealing with heavy crowds or noise. The only downside is that there's a small entrance fee, but for most people, the cleaner environment and extra space make it worth it. Now, if you want something more lively and energetic, the Destin Harbor Boardwalk is one of the most active areas in the city. This waterfront strip is filled with restaurants, shops, live music, and boat tours, all packed into one walkable area overlooking the harbor. What makes it stand out is the atmosphere. You're constantly surrounded by boats, fishing charters, street performers, and people enjoying the view. It's a great place for an evening walk, dinner by the water, or just soaking in the energy of Destin. The only thing to keep in mind is that it could get crowded, especially at night and during weekends. If you want a break from the beach, but still want something easy and enjoyable, Destin Commons offers a more casual, walkable shopping and dining experience. Unlike traditional malls, this is an open-air lifestyle center with palm-lined walkways, fountains, and a mix of shops, restaurants, and entertainment spots. What makes it useful is how convenient everything is. You can shop, eat, grab coffee, or just walk around without needing to drive between places. This works well for families, especially if you're traveling with kids and want something low effort but still engaging. The only downside is that it's more of a commercial experience, so it doesn't have a unique local feel that some other spots offer. If you want an experience that feels uniquely Destin and not just another beach activity, a dolphin watching cruise is one of the easiest ways to make your trip more memorable. These tours take you out into the Gulf where dolphins often swim alongside the boat, sometimes jumping through the wake or playing just a few feet away. It's not staged, it's natural, which makes it feel a lot more special than expected. What really makes this stand out is the perspective. Being out on the water gives you a completely different view of Destin's coastline, with open ocean views and a sense of space you don't get from the shore. This works well for families, couples, or anyone looking for something relaxing but still exciting. The only thing to consider is timing. Sunset tours tend to be the most scenic, but they're also the most popular, so booking ahead helps. Now, if you're looking for something more social and energetic, Crab Island is one of the most talked about spots in Destin. It's not actually an island. It's a shallow sandbar where boats gather, people float, swim, and spend hours in the water. During peak season, it turns into a floating social scene with music, food vendors, and a very lively atmosphere. What makes it different is the experience. It's less about relaxing and more about being part of something fun and active. This works best for groups of friends or anyone who enjoys a party-like environment in the water. The only downside is that you'll need a boat, rental, or tour to get there, and it can feel crowded during busy periods. Destin is known as the world's luckiest fishing village, and if you want to experience that reputation firsthand, a deep-sea fishing trip is one of the most authentic things you can do here. You'll head out into deeper waters with experienced captains who know exactly where to find fish, giving you a real chance to catch species like snapper, grouper, or amberjack depending on the season. What makes this special is the experience itself. It's not just about fishing, it's about being out in the open Gulf away from the shoreline, doing something hands-on and rewarding. This works especially well for groups, families, or anyone who wants a more active and memorable activity. The only thing to keep in mind is that trips can take several hours, so it's best to plan it as a dedicated part of your day. If you want a beach experience that feels more relaxed and less crowded than Central Destin, Okaloosa Island is a great option. The beaches here are just as beautiful: soft white sand, clear emerald water, but with a quieter, more laid-back atmosphere. What makes it stand out is the space. You don't feel as packed in, and it's easier to find a peaceful spot to sit, walk, or just enjoy the sound of the waves. This is ideal for couples, families, or anyone who prefers a calmer environment without giving up the quality of the beach. The only downside is that there are fewer nearby shops and restaurants, so it's better to come prepared if you plan to stay for a while. And honestly, this is where Destin really starts to stand out, because the top 3 experiences are on a completely different level, especially number 1. If you want to see Destin from a completely different perspective, parasailing is one of the most exciting experiences you can try. You'll lift high above the emerald green water, getting a wide, panoramic view of the coastline, boats, and endless ocean around you. And surprisingly, it feels more peaceful than intense once you're up in the air. What makes this stand out is that mix of thrill and calm. You get the excitement of being high above the water, but also a quiet, almost floating sensation that makes it feel unique. This works great for couples, small groups, or anyone looking to add something memorable to their trip. The only thing to keep in mind is that weather conditions matter, so plans can sometimes change depending on wind and sea conditions. Now, if you want to explore what's happening below the surface, snorkeling or taking a glass-bottom boat tour is one of the best ways to do it. Destin's clear water makes it easier to spot fish, underwater structures, and marine life, especially around reefs or near jetties. What makes this experience different is accessibility. Even if you're not comfortable swimming, glass-bottom boat tours let you see everything without getting in the water, while snorkeling gives you a more immersive feel. This works for almost everyone: families, beginners, or anyone curious about marine life. The only downside is that visibility can depend on water conditions, so calmer days usually offer the best experience. Taking the number 1 spot is Miramar Beach, and for many visitors, this is where Destin truly delivers its best experience. The sand is incredibly soft and white. The water has that signature emerald color, and the shoreline stretches far enough that you can always find your own space, especially if you time it right. What makes it stand out is how balanced everything feels. You get beautiful scenery, easy access, nearby restaurants, and plenty of space to relax or stay active, depending on your mood. This works for everyone: families, couples, solo travelers, because it's simple, comfortable, and consistently enjoyable. The only downside is that it can get busy during peak season, so going early in the morning or later in the afternoon usually gives you the best experience. And quick heads up, I've added some of my favorite travel essentials in the description that can make your trip a lot easier. Definitely worth a quick look. If you want to avoid heavy crowds, weekdays are noticeably better, especially for popular spots like Crab Island and Miramar Beach. Parking near beaches fills up quickly, so arriving earlier in the day or choosing less crowded areas like Okaloosa Island can save you a lot of time. If your trip is short, staying close to where you'll spend most of your time, either near the harbor or the beach, can make your overall experience much smoother. And for water activities like parasailing or snorkeling, booking in advance, especially during peak season, helps you avoid last-minute availability issues. At the end of the day, Destin isn't just about beaches. It's about how you experience the water, the views, and the atmosphere. Choose the right places, and your trip feels completely different. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more travel videos just like this. Tell me in the comments, which Destin spot are you visiting first? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.